been a while since I uploaded something, so we're back with this. I have to say though, I've heard some pretty dark things about this game, so if you're not suitable for that stuff, just like it's saying, blah blah blah. I have, oh shit. By playing Doki Doki Literary Club, you agree that you are at least 13 of age and consent to. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys can't deal with this stuff, I wouldn't recommend to watch this. But yeah, it's been a while since I actually played a game. God. Let me turn that. I think the volume's fine. It's a good song. I'm gonna check the live stream real quick, see how that's going. It's a good rhythm, I like it. Oh, whoops, gotta change that, Yep, gotta change that. Give me 1 second. Edits. Doki, Doki. Club. This game was on Steam. It was rated a 10 out of 10 and overwhelmingly positive, which is insane to me, at least. Just because everything. I want to see if everything's alright with the stream. I need to turn down my volume or turn up you guys because it's a little bit too loud for me. So I'll turn up my volume. And you guys should be able to hear a little bit better, even if you can't hear me as well. You know. Alright. Let's get started. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do my real name. Because for those of you who don't know, this is my real name. Because why not? Might as well. If you guys like me doing this type of stuff also, please like the video. I seen an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori. Sayori. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. I can't speak today. It's like 11:24 a.m. so I'm probably not gonna speak this out loud. You guys can read it for yourself. Actually, yeah, I might as well just read it out. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but started around high school. She would oversleep more frequently. I would get tired of waiting up. But if she goes to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Dominic. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly spectacle with other students making their daily commute. Fuck me. By the way, Dominic, have you decided on joining a club yet? A club? I already told you, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Aw, that's not true. You told me you would join a club last year. This year, oh, sorry. Did I? sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I fuck me, go along with whatever she's going on about. I'm a bad reader, by the way, guys, so just be warned now. Sari likes to worry a little too much about me, when I am perfectly contented just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I was worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET, aka normie, in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Real world. Ugh. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep avoiding you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Well, at least promise me you'll try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? You know, let me turn this down. And then I'll turn my music down, actually. There we go. Alright. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to erase her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sari wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with an anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sari must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I am the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you here coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you'd come to my club. Sayuri? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. This is actually a pretty funny game. This is like the third one I've done of a you know, dating simulator or whatever this is. Sari is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever. Oh shit! I need to turn off my other monitor for a second there. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the ones who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made... Is it Natsuki? I'm gonna say Natsuki. Made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayuri is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as she has to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yep, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. That's actually really funny to me. 'Cause I'm dead inside. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third-year classes and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is Girl 1. Oh my god. Just wanna zoom in on that. That's her name. Perfect. Now I gotta put this back somehow. Just gonna take fucking forever. Almost. Boop. Make this a little bit bigger. Bam! There we go. Perfecto. Anyway, says, sorry, it always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Why the fuck are these two names Girl 2 and Girl 1? Is it like Thing 1 and Thing 2? Way to kill the atmosphere. Hi, Dominic. What a nice surprise. Oh, Girl 3. Okay, yeah. So we got Thing 1, Thing 2, and Thing 3. Welcome to the club. ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I agree. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl was the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Natsuki, I'm gonna call it Natsuki. Her small finger makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. My throat is really dry today. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who has appeared completely more mature and timid, seems to, excuse me, gentleman, seems to have her time, fuck, I can't speak today, guys, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet the both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monka, is that right? Monica? Monka. Pussy Slayer, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Dominic. I don't know who the fuck this girl is. Oh, oh. Yeah, that's how someone smiles. It's just the fucking way that she's bent, dude. Monica smiles sweetly. We don't know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in our class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so generously feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, Dominic. We made room for you at the table, so... What fucking table? What table? There's just desks. And the seat where every anime people sit. The bottom fucking left back two corners. Nice. Come sit, Dominic. We made a room for you at the table so you can sit next to Monica. Next to me or Monica. Ooh. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Bro, how the fuck do they make tea in here? The girls have a few desks. Oh, okay. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sari mentioned, it's been widened so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hands. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Nani? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray, revealing a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Dude, that sounds lit. I wanted those. The whiskers that are drawn with itching and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. I might just make this like a 2-part series or something. This game seems like it might be a little long. Even though, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this game is on Steam for free. So you guys should go check that out and play it for yourself, you know. So cute. I had no idea you were going at bake. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, with that fucking vampire teeth, you think I can miss out on that, you piece of shit slut. Just hurry and take one. Sari grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayuri takes her with her mouth full, and Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking from the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking a glance in glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. You know, I need to turn up the volume for you guys, because I feel like it's a little bit too quiet. The music is really cheesy, but it's got a good rhythm to it. I like it. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. What are you talking about? It's not like I... Baka? Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? Every anime Hey! Shush! The dogs are really loud. I'm sorry. My grandparents are over and they brought their dogs. Usually I just have a cat on the bed. You probably can hear them in the background. Yeah, you can. Well, maybe. But not for you, you know. You baka. Alright. I'm gonna say baka for either idiot or dummy, because this is an anime game. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri turns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. I asked that too. I would have done that as well. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I feel like I've heard that from somewhere. I don't know. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Huh? That's not true. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. I actually really like tea. The only tea that I can't stand is green tea, because it tastes like ashes to me for some reason. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel alright at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for anything, for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand any of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budgets and publicly and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. and encourage others to get into the literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't any more people in this group. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it in that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all of their efforts to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we all really grow this fuck me. There's gonna be like a montage that I'm gonna make of me every time fucking up, or I'm gonna have like a count here or something. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Wait, where the fuck did she come from? Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all intense in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these three. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Dominic, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've led these past few years, I don't really have a good way to answer that. Manga? I mutter quietly to make myself half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly picked. Oh, we got a weebs here. Luckily, they're not normies. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Henry, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Yep, I agree with that. I love stories with a hard plot to it and a good climax at the end, you know, or like at the middle, something to keep me reading. I'm not much of a reader either, but if I am reading a book, obviously, it's usually what I choose. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. I agree. And telling a good story in such a foreign word is equally impressive. Here he goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes lit up as she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Oh, thank God she's not a normie. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. I agree. Isn't this amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately gasped something I can relate to oh my god, I can't speak today. Count one. I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if the story makes me think, or takes... I'm getting really into this music, dude. Like, I'm about to jam out. Or takes me to another world when I really can't put it down. Surely horror is often very successful in changing the way you look at the other world, if only for a brief moment. If someone's able to. Morty. Why hasn't it changed? What do I want? Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? Nani? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Just slide down a little bit more. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them to me sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a confident writer yet. Not a very confident writer yet. Ugh. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The true form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to the reader's explosion of vulnerability and showing even the deepest research of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Nani? Natsuki and Yuri look quickly at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we'll meet, we'll all share them with each other. I'm getting really into this game. Like, I usually don't like these types of games, but this is not bad. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Dominic? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to our original topic of joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sari may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All the four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Rejected eyes. but, I'm sorry. I thought, Dominic. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-handed decision when it's like this? This is if writing poems in the price of... That is, if writing poems at the price of need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Yes, I'm so happy. Sari wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. That's the exact reason why I came here. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess? Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Dominic, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, I can really impress the class star Monika with Monika writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Dominic, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sari and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart of the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sari, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day at school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have to change. Perhaps I'll have to change the grow. Perhaps I'll have to change to grow closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Let the Force guide you, Luke. I'm super tired for no fucking reason. I slept like 3 times. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club members would like. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Vanilla? Dude, that's... let's do... Universe. Climax. After image. Pain, hurt, defeat, desire. I guess defeat, because that would be a good climax to it. Eternity, prayer, forgivable, vacation, clouds, judgment. Disown, bunny, chocolate, broken, sadness, clumsy, socks, electricity, flying, hope, candy, landscape, fickle, rainbow, anger, heart, precious. Soul, captive, ambience, special, determination, I feel your hopes and dreams. Comp, jump, email, romance, lucky, peace, loud, contamination, secretive, agonizing, disnivel, hopeless, fatigue, wonderful, giggle, nature, sunny, memories. I'm just not gonna read over this. You guys can pause and read over it if you want. Why the fuck is that there? That's kind of weird. Ooh. I can't tell if this is, whatever ones I'm picking is closer to that girl. Swimsuit. Bouncy. Kawaii. Alone. Aurora. There we go. Happiness question. Destiny. Hi again, Dominic. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Dominic. I hope this isn't too overwhelming or commitment for you. I can't speak today. Like, making you divine headfirst in literature when you're not a dude, she did some big words optimized to it. Oh, come on, like you diverse in any slack. Sorry told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. At least year 2. And last year too. I don't know if you planned just to come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in her club room. Aw, shit, bro, she just got roasted. Nani? Natsuki finds herself struck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated. Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Dominic always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with business work without me even asking. like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable! Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Dominic can become good friends too. Uh, um, Sayuri. Um, as usual, Sayuri seems oblivious in the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayuri? Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? Yeah, I'm really sorry, Yuri. I was just thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal out of it if you don't want me to. If you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's short read, so I would keep your attention. So it might keep your attention, even if you don't. Oh, it's gonna be like Harry Potter or something. A short read, and we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own place. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's seated and I expected Monica to kick off some schedule activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sari and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already burned in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the corner of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on her first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this since I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. I'm just curious how come you have two copies of I'm just curious how you have two copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over at the back. The book is titled Portraits of Mark. You know what that reminds me of? Escape from Tarkov. And any of you want me to play that game, comment down below and I'll make a video on that. Because Escape on Tarkov is a really fun game. It's like Arma 3 and DayZ without the zombies. It's really fun. And I'm guessing that's where he got that name. There's an ominous look her eye symbol of the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in. Nope, it's not. Damn it. I really wish it would have. Basically, it's about this girl in a high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of short? Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Dominic? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories. So don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive reclusive of the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at the life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, it's just because someone wants to be evil. But because they have their own goals. I've never read this much in one day. But because they have their own goals of their own philosophy, I'm basically reading a book right here that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you're really related to the protagonist, they're made out to be a. Why do I feel like this is gonna happen later on this story? Oh, that's probably gonna happen though. They're probably gonna be killed or something, because it has like a dark thing to it. I'm guessing that book is a hint to what's gonna be happening next or something, right? I don't know. They made out to be a naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying anything strange. And please stop me if I'm starting to talk too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book and the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That's it. Reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and I start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feel is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. Yuri, you're apologizing a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each learn a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Once we lean a little bit closer, our shoulders are almost touching. I'm rephrasing that because I can't speak. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the. So I use the right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of her own. Oh my goodness. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forehand. Ah! Gasp! I don't do. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after the flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddling even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Yeah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed that she finishes the page before me, so I turned it on my own voluntarily. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an impotent exchange. My thumb's gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses what is going on with the other people. Like, they're probably just watching. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see it in your head or anything. Oh, I can space too, that's good. But they're kind of reminiscing of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Dominic, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know if you were... How long have I been doing this? It's gonna say like 10 minutes. Bet. How long have I been doing this? Jesus Christ, almost an hour now? Whatever, I can keep reading. Sorry, I really don't know you are self-conscious about this sort of thing. ... I guess I'm more meant that in sort of... I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time before waiting too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that right? Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry, you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, casing it close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read it a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read it with you after I pick up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Can I do it with one of these as well? It couldn't really find much apprehension since I never really done this before. Nope, I can't. Okay. Well, now that everyone's ready, why do they have this? That's kind of weird. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait. Sari and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sari is on the wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica writes hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh my god. I just engaged with Yuri, so I might as well do Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exponential. Huh? What was that for? Question mark? Did I say that out loud? Yuri's first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Yuri uses imaginary and metaphors and indicates you've written a lot of Boom, bitches, I told you! I got this! Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? No, I know this. It ain't my first time. I know how to write a good poem. Oh. Yui stares at me blankly, then looks at the poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's our specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most negotiable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from their topic matter, and they fit the two together. I did kind of split up the two. The end results in both the styles are apprehensive or weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone as she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can blame for. There's also so many different skills and techniques that can go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding... I might go, if I can read to the next person, I might go to, Monica. Not just finding them and building them. I'm gonna save. Because I don't know why. Okay. It might take you some time, but it all comes with the practice and learning by examples and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as it's that rare, as if it's that rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, it's supposed to be the literature club, right? Ghost under the lights. I can't read cursive. I can't read cursive. The tendons of my hair illuminate breath, the amber glow, breathing. It must be this one. At last remaining street lights to have withstood. Fuck you for all the people that are commenting down right now, being like, oh, look it. Oh shit, I just put that in full screen. Oh shit. How do I get that out of full screen? Aha! Got it. Oh. What the? What did I just do there? That was weird. The last yet to be unplaced in the fortune. I battle, calm breathing air of present to the past. The light flickers. Fuck me. Tickle, flicker? I don't know. Flicking back. Check the outside of the phone. Dot dot dot. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it looks like fuck, I should have done it faster. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Yeah? That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though, dude, they have a time limit on this thing? Are you kidding me? Dude, that is so interesting. Kitty. Hey! Quiet! It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I write a little something more mild. Something easy to discuss, I suppose. Are you into ghost theory? Hew. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Dominic. What? Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember the poets often express their own thoughts, feeling the experiences in their own work. You know what? I'm actually gonna save here, cause yes. Okay. What time is it? Okay. If you like this video, or live stream, because I usually live stream my videos because it's easier to upload and it doesn't take a fucking year to upload. But if you did like this, please comment down and I will do more of this. I'm gonna finish up Last of Us pretty soon because I know some of you are waiting on that and I'm waiting on that, but my PS4 is fucking up a lot, so I can't do that. Witcher 3 is gonna be continuing, stuff like that, blah blah blah. If you guys have any suggestions of games I should be playing, you go right ahead and comment down below or email me, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, this is King signing off. I'll see you guys later.